Good morning, friends. So today I was thinking we could do something a little bit different. And instead of reading a book, I want to show you an activity we can do at home. And so parents, I'm going to also kind of talk through this while I do it to show you some of the other ways that you can modify this activity to bring in some different activities, different objectives your child might be working on. So what I want to show you is how you can make some art supplies at home. So there's two different things I'm going to show you. The first one is something you can do if you have broken crayons. So let's see, I have some crayons here, and let me tell you, some of them are broken. And when a crayon's broken, you might think, uh-oh, what can I do with it? It's just broken, it's so little now. Well, let me show you what you can do. So, you're going to get crayons, and you're going to peel them. And take all the paper off of them. All the paper off. And then you're going to have just an empty crayon. And if it's big, you can break it up even farther. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get a muffin tin and put some liners in it. You also could use something like, I have these little silicone cups around. You also can make it in something like this. If you have that, you won't need a liner. But if you're going to do it in a metal tin, you need a liner. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get our crayons and we're going to put them in here. And so parents, this is a place you could do a fun activity with something like sorting with the kids. So if you've made a whole cup of different pieces of broken crayons, an activity for the kids could be sorting. Maybe you want to put all the same color. So I'm putting all yellow in this cup. Or maybe I'm going to put all my red ones together. All my orange ones. You could sort it all different ways like that. And you're eventually going to fill up the cup all the way. So pretty full. And then what you're going to do is you are going to bake it in the oven. Or if you're doing it in something like silicone, you can microwave it. And I'll put instructions for the temperature and the time and that sort of thing in the link. But after it's dried, you end up with a new crayon, a multicolored crayon. So you can see this is a square one. Again, I made it in this shape of mold. And if you make it, you can ask the kids, let's see, if we make it in the muffin tin, what kind of shape do you think it's going to be? They can make a prediction there of what do you think is going to happen if we have all these crayons together. You could talk about mixing different colors. So, if I put green and red in the same one, do you think it's going to stay green and red? Or do you think it's going to turn into a new color? It's another great way to do it. And then you have a fun new art supply you can use. The second art supply we're going to do is one that is a really fun science project as well. So this one I've done with the Blue Jays, and I bet some other classes have done it too. So for this, you're going to need a bowl, shaving cream, glue, you'll need something to stir it all with, and then optional is some food coloring. So, I'm going to get some shaving cream. I'm going to put some in the bowl. Let's see, I need to take the cap off. Some in the bowl. And so for this, you can use foamy shaving cream or gel shaving cream, just as long as it gets puffy eventually. And then I'm going to put some glue. And it should be approximately an equal amount, but there's really no need to measure it. So I'm going to put some glue in. And then, I wonder what we're going to make shaving cream and glue. I don't know. This is a mystery. So then you can get your child to use something to stir up the concoction. You could use a paintbrush. You could use a spoon. I'm using a chopstick. It's what I have around. So I'm going to stir it up. Do some sensory activities here. What does it smell like? Does it remind you of anything else? What other senses could you use? You could look at it. Talk about what color it is right now. You could put your hand in and feel it. You could talk about what the texture feels like. But once you've stirred it all up together, so you can't see the separate glue or shaving cream, it's all one mass, then you can, if you want, you can add some colors. So I'm going to use some food coloring for this. And this is another really fun place for doing it as a science experiment. So talking to the kids about, what colors you're going to add. They can make some predictions of, okay, well, if I add these two colors, what color will it turn? You can mix it into separate little bowls, lots of different bowls, so they can make a bunch of different colors. But I'm going to choose to add some blue. So we could do, okay, if I put 1 drop of blue in, I wonder what color it'll turn. Let's see. I'm going to stir it up. Stir, 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 stir. What color is it? Mine's kind of light blue. It's kind of hard to see. But then I could say, okay, well, let's add another color and see. If I add some drops of, I don't know, yellow, let's see what color it'll turn. Put a little bit of yellow in. And you can go so on and so from there. So really making it an experiment. The kids can see what color it turns. If it eventually turns brown or gray, that's okay. That's part of them learning about colors and experimenting. And then the fun thing after you've done this is that this stuff, it can be used like a paint. So you could use it as a finger paint if you wanted, especially with younger children, or you could use it as a regular paint with a paintbrush or a popsicle stick. And the fun thing is it stays puffy when it dries, I think, but that could be part of your science experiment. You could see, let's paint it and see, is it going to stay puffy or not? That's another place that you can make a prediction about it. So these are 2 really fun, different activities you can do that the great end result is that you have a new art product afterwards that you can use to extend the activity even farther. So I'm going to put instructions for both of these in the description of the video, and if you do end up doing either of these art projects, please show us. Send a picture to your teachers so that we can see what you've been up to. And if you have any other ideas for fun experiments or art projects to do at home, let us know also, and maybe we can share that with the rest of the class or make a video about it, okay? So goodbye, friends. I hope you enjoy making those art products at home. See you later.